Even in our sleep, our chest wall must fight gravity to expand our lungs to breathe each breath. But at the moment of death, gravity wins its final victory. It will win many times before someone dies of old age. Whether from the numerous times we fall learning to walk, gravity has an impact on everything from our skin sagging to our height decreasing. I once read, "Gravity is not only a good idea, it is also the law," referencing Newton's law of gravity. I don't care how much we try or want to protect our aged or weakened loved ones, falls are going to happen. In some way, it's a blessing and good for the spirit that a fall can occur. It means a person still has the spirit and drive to be independent, to stand and to be mobile, or to attempt it. It denotes the healthy drive that is 2 of the 10 characteristics of life that all living organisms share: the will to live and mobility. I have fallen in my past many times, and unless I die tonight, I will fall again. On the same note, I didn't want my mother's fall to lead to death. But if I look at the bigger picture, I'm also grateful she fell and died when she did, exercising her independence. I find that comforting, and I hope I follow in both of my parents' footsteps, to die before chronically bedbound. My mother was a strong and willful person. She lived in an assisted living facility and did not require assistance to walk, although she did use a walker after her hip fracture. Well, no assistance beyond her walker, which her ego did not like, but she eventually accepted. She also told me that she would rather die than lose further mobility than the walker. Her dementia was slight but slowly and steadily increasing. Her pulmonary function and aortic stenosis, hardening of the aortic valve in the heart, was also getting worse, noted by her increasing shortness of breath. Supplemental oxygen was next, but she did not want that either. My mother accepted her aging and death and often stated, "Aging is not for wimps." I will share more with you about my mother's death later, but I want you to know her fall was inevitable. Hers just happened to occur at a timely point in her 90th year of life. Some would argue that she should have been on a walking with assistance status, but she would have fought that big time, gotten up herself, and fallen anyway. I have a saying that I chant often in life: everything is as it should be. But sometimes I modify it a little, as in the case with my mother's traumatic fall. Everything is as it should be, damn it. If you're experiencing guilt around not preventing a fall, I encourage you to back up and look at the bigger picture of gravity and fragility. We are going to fall. Gravity is going to win. Even if you had gotten around the car faster to help a parent not fall, stepping up that particular curb, gravity was going to keep after them. Besides, if we can place ourselves in another's shoes, how many people want to be coddled on that consistent level anyway? There are those that age with high levels of acceptance. Then there are those who have high levels of fear, who will accept constant help, but overall most people wish to retain some level of independence. I have also found that people want to attempt to make the home of the aging fall-proof by removing all the rugs in their home. That type of action has its merit, but I personally would like to be asked if I want my rugs removed or not. In both humor and seriousness, I would rather trip and fall on a rug rather than trip on nothing and fall on a hard floor. I'm going to trip and fall, and so is your loved one. You are not responsible for the powerful constant of gravity. Guilt over the past choices we have made involving the death of a loved one is another common origin of guilt. I have heard both directions many times. I feel like I should have told them to keep trying, or I wish I had accepted their death and let them die sooner. In 2007, when I started public speaking, I quickly started to include a side note about not feeling guilty over past end-of-life choices made for another person or pet. People would hear my talk and tell me during questions and answers or afterwards in private that they felt maybe they had made the wrong decision for a parent, loved one, or pets were often mentioned. I encouraged all to realize the body has an amazing ability to protect itself at the moment of death. I'm going to share a harsh graphic reality I have witnessed, which I hope brings you as much comfort as it has brought me.